everyone, it's Kristi. I'm finally back. I'm going to start a new project. This one might be a little on the shabby chic side. I'm going to use two kits, mainly because I only have part of one. But my main kit that I'm going to be using is Blush and Bloom by Pink Monarch Prints. I believe it was their July 2025 monthly subscription kit. Now, just to give you an idea of the perks for the subscription, and I'm not getting a I'm not getting a kickback from them. I'm just going to tell you, I pay, I want to say $8.99 a month, and I get 50 to 60 pages of a beautiful kit every month. And in their Etsy store, this is available, but it's, I want to say $23 for this kit. So you're getting a 66% discount by subscribing. So anyway, just FYI, no pressure, no, like I said, I'm not getting a kickback from Pink Monarch Prints, but I just really enjoy the surprise of seeing what's new every month. In fact, I just got my new October one, and I can't wait to print it out. It's Lost in Florence, and it's beautiful. So anyway, but I want to use this one for this project, and I'm hoping it won't take a whole month of October to do it. So we have the Victorian Blush and Bloom, and then we have just the ephemera, or part of the ephemera. I don't even know if it's all here because I have used this, of the Victorian Romance, and I'm not sure how old this one is, but I have this. See, I've taken some birds out of it, apparently. That's probably what was on that page. There's some beautiful circles, and rectangles, and envelopes. So basically this one is a whole ephemera. Isn't she adorable? This is the pockets, more pockets, and tags, and ATC cards, more envelopes, and every page is just full of tickets and extra tags and specimen slides, and you name it. All kinds of fun stuff. Library pockets. There's some more tags. These are just too beautiful not to use. And then, let's see, I don't know what that is, but I will look it up. I did print on the back sides of these, apparently, and looks like I ran out of yellow there. Lots of tiny little cluster fodder. I love that. And then some little word cards. So that is the Victorian Romance. I don't know what I used the paper for, but it must have been like maybe an eclectic journal. So anyway, we will use some of that, or as much as we want. And then this is, I think these are upside down, maybe not. This is the Blush and Bloom. So I've printed kind of a neutral on the back of these. It's like cherry blossoms, some damask, words, more damask, coffee dyed, kind of, some are pink, some are kind of a grayish gold, and I really thought these would work well together. So this one, of course, has all the pink birds. I love this page. And yeah, so many pages. I think there's at least 60 in this. This is some of my background pages, because I usually do print out extra. I'd rather have more because I can always use them in my stash. The other papers that I will probably use for the journal that we're working on, these are all the collections that they have come with a little small journal set. And so these are the journal pages. Love this one. Cute. And then there's also a journal cover, which I usually just print out on regular paper, and then I'll use it for whatever. Okay, so that's all of the papers with this one, and I'll show you the other two that I've already chosen. I took two of my least favorite and I'm going to use the back side to wrap the cover. We're going to do a hardcover journal with 3 signatures. I haven't done one of those for a while, so some little cards. This is really cute. Little file folder and little images, more file folders, just all kinds of fun goodies in here. So I'm gonna see about getting out my scan and cut because there's so much, and see if I can't get that to working for me here, because it's pretty clear outlines. The fussy cuts are very clear outlines, and I usually do pretty good with Pink Monarch's printing. Now of course this wouldn't be this would want to cut out the letters, but all I have to do is just cut strips, and I'll probably leave this until I decide which words I want to use so that I don't have them laying around all over. And then I will, when I'm finished with this project, I'll cut them up and put them in my little phrases box. There's tabs, more pockets. These are the perfect size for going on the back of a tag. I did not print on the back of most of these. I did on the tags, but like not on the pockets. So you can see the pockets are not printed on the back. But the tags are beautiful. I love this page. More pockets, and there we go. Some more collage fodder, and this looks like a hidden paper clip. Oh, fun, yeah. A couple of hidden paper clips. 3, yay! Some letters, some numbers, some corners. Yeah, this got some fun stuff in it. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this collection. So I hope you will join me. I'm not doing anything too awful difficult. This is 9 by 6 chipboard. This is from the back of a 12 by 12. It's nothing spectacular. In fact, you can see where I've used glue on it. Used it as my for glue. These are 9 by 6. I like 9 by 6 because I can use my 8.5 by 11 paper, fold it in half, and not have to trim anything. This is 9 by 1 3/4. Sometimes I will do, let's see if you can see that on the, yeah, 1 3/4. Sometimes I'll do 1.5. It's a little tight, and with all the ephemera that is in this collection, I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of room. So I went ahead with 1 3/4. So these are the 2 extra background pages that were in the collection. There's a stripe and a, I'm not sure what that is, but anyway, I want to use this side to wrap these. So we're going to use it like this. And then I have a piece of, this is from Walmart on there. They have the fabrics that are pre-cut, 1 yard of just an off-white cotton. And I have washed it, and I've torn this. I was aiming for 3.5, and I think it's about almost 3 3/4 by 19 inches, because I want this to wrap around the whole thing, and that will be our how we put it together. So I'm going to have my Fabri-Tac filled. Let's clear off the top here. I've checked my Nova glue here. I don't have it full, but it is still working. I haven't done anything with this in probably 3 weeks, and it's still working. So just sitting here, not capped, nothing, just sitting on the holder, and it's still working, so that's fabulous. All right, so I'm going to glue the white side. I don't know why, just because I can. And oops. All right, and I'm going to do this about 1 inch. I'm not measuring, I'm just guesstimating. So 1 inch or so. There we go. And what did I do with my rulers? Let's see. There they are. We'll just trim this off about 1 inch. and then we will do the corners. I think I'll just do that with the scissors because I just want to do it so that it's about 1/8 of an inch from the corner, and that is just so that the cardboard doesn't show through. If you get a little too close, you can put some metal corners on it, or what I've done sometimes is just glue this piece on the corner, and then when you fold that over and that over, it's not going to show anyway. We're gonna mat it with another piece of paper, so no big deal. All right, now I'm going to use my bone folder and just kind of run that along the edge. It makes it fold a little easier. Okay, and then I want to come up here because I want this to get flat on that edge. I don't want it to be folded, or I don't want it to be flat with one fold and an air pocket at the end. I want it to actually embrace the edge of that, if that makes any sense. So I'm coming under, I'm lifting that up, and I'm pressing it up against the side of that cardstock or chipboard or whatever it is. And you can see now it's standing up. So I'll go ahead and glue this down. It's amazing how well the glue works when you fill the bottle. And I am going to come just right along the edge, because what I find that does for me is, you know, as we bring this around, it's going to harden up a little bit and toughen up that edge. Okay, and we're going to lay that down. Now, you could probably use tape. I do not use double sticky tape anymore. I used to use that all the time when I was scrapbooking. I have noticed in my scrapbook that things are coming apart, and I have to glue them back down. Any old projects that I've done, they're no longer together. It doesn't hold up. And the part that you don't want to hold up, which I made an album for my first cruise, and I used double sticky tape. I think that was probably the last project I used it on, because I found that the pictures would stick inside to the glue, and I don't like that. So it's hard to get the pictures out of the pockets because they stick to that tape. Even now, there's other parts that are falling apart, but the pictures are still sticking to the tape. All right, so we have this little part that folds over, and I don't know if you can see this. Some people show this, some people don't, but there's that little piece that is just kind of up. That's the piece we want to press down. It's just like a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch on both sides. And if you come from the outside and you just come in, we're going to push that down, just like that. Okay? And now you can see that this piece has been flattened into that and into that. And then we can tell it where we want to go. I'm going to give it a little primer here of where I want it to go. And then as we add the glue, we will see that that will give us a nice corner. Come along here a little bit. And so, yeah, it's been about a week since I've been able to make a video. Been crazy stuff going on here. Nothing bad, just busy, you know, just life. Yeah, so you can see how well that corner is there. And then if you don't like it that sharp, you can come along with this and just kind of round it a little bit, kind of take it down, and I'm just rubbing on the corner, and then that just kind of rounds it out a little bit. So, I'm going to press this down first, and I'm pulling in, because if I go that way, it's going to rip that piece. I want to pull in toward the cardboard. Same thing here, I'm going in that direction, and then out this way. So in and out toward the top. And then you come along here and fold along that edge. If it's standing up, you know you've done your job. Well, I guess if you're using a thinner paper, that might not be the case, but I'm not sure because this has been printed for a while, but it's 28. I use anything from 24 to 32 pound paper. So normally it's 24 to 28. In fact, I just found a stash in my closet, buried under Christmas stuff that I was looking through, of 28 pound paper, and I'm like, oh, I gotta pull that out so I can start printing some stuff. There we go. And then just kind of round that corner out. If you want to, you can leave it sharp, and if you want to put corners on, that's okay too. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to repeat with the other one. This time I won't talk so much. I think I'll go ahead and cut off that little edge here. Okay. Put our glue. Now on this one, that stripe may show through, so I'll probably put this on the back, but really it's not going to matter once I put the other piece over the top that I want to make actual focal point. It'll be fine. So what I will try to do though is make it straight so that if it shows through, it's not wonky. There we go. Normally what I'll do is come on this side and press out that glue. I don't think I did it on the last one. I got a little away from it, but you can see how the stripe is shining through. Well, I don't know if it's coming through on there, but I can see it. And that's probably because this is probably 24 pound paper. I do not use regular 20 pound paper because it disintegrates when I coffee dye paper. So I don't like that. So I usually just buy 24 to 28, whatever I can find at Walmart. I use the Pin and Gear brand, and I've had good results with it with my HP printer. So I am not keeping these photo corners. Also, as you're folding this over, you're kind of pulling toward the middle, just to make sure that's nice and tight along this edge here. Fabri-Tac is so great for letting it, I mean, you have wiggle room, but it also will, you know, attach when you want it to. So, appreciate that. That's why I use it. I didn't for a long time. Those of you that have been following me since the beginning of time, you remember I was like, oh my gosh, this glue is horrible. And everybody was like, use 3-in-1, use Fabri-Tac. And I was resistant to it because of the price. But I'll tell you what, it's worth the price. I bought some of this, and it's okay. It's not Fabri-Tac, let's put it that way. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. So if you can afford it, I highly recommend it. If not, you know, just take your time, use a little bit less. Sometimes we have a tendency to use more glue than we need. So you can always add more, but if you add too much and your project gets damp, and yeah, that's not a good thing. There we go. Just pressing that paper down there. Okay. So you've got these two. I can see the stripes, and like I said, I'm going to mount this, so it's not a big deal, but I'm going to put that on the back. I'm going to put this on the front, and then we have this piece. So what we are going to do is lay these out, and I am going to lay them on here. And because I used 1 3/4, I'm going to leave a 2-inch gap here. And then I am going to lay this. Let's see, I'm going to have to lay this down first. Well, let's get this in here. I'm going to split the difference here, so it's going to have like a little, not quite 1/4 inch. And I am going to come in here with the glue. Now, if you let this get a little tacky, you will not have as many issues with it showing through the fabric. This is a very thin cotton fabric. I'm going to use my little silicone thing here. And I can tell already that it's dry enough to not really shine through. So I'm just going to kind of lay it down like this. You can see the cardboard through it. I am not concerned about that because the signature is going to be there. Just trying to get that lined up in the middle. So I'm not concerned. And then after we sew in the signatures, I'll probably put lace over the top. I have this beautiful lace that I'm going to use on the outside. So that lace is like the main reason for this project, so I want to use it. All right. So now I'm going to come along here carefully. Sparingly, I can always add more. Oops, I have to lay that back. I don't have very much glue there at all, so but I do want to get it back where I had it. There we go. And I am doing this upside down. It would have been easier if I had laid it down first, but you know, it's been a while since I've made one like this, so. I'm not going all the way down because I want to put that other piece underneath. Okay, so let's get it back where it goes. Here we go. Okay, this is going to be the hardest part, flipping it. Flipping the whole thing. Ah, not too bad. This one didn't stay where I wanted it, but as long as this distance is about the same, that's what I'm looking for. Right there. Okay. I'm just going to do the middle piece here. And you'll see this is white, so this one's not going to show through as much because this one's on the outside. We don't have to worry about that dark chipboard showing, but okay. There we go. And actually, it's kind of nice that I can see through it, so I can get it kind of centered better. I'm not going to worry about gluing the sides yet. I'm going to flip this over again. And yeah, that came off of there. Well, you know, this is the way you need to do it. Start with that side down and then glue this side. I don't know why I did it. Tried to do it the hard way. What's that? Oh, that's in the design. There we go. All right, let's try it again here. This way. Okay, that's better. I wasn't getting anywhere with the other way. There we go. There we go. That should be just about right. Okay, now we'll do this part again. We can do all of it. We'll do the bottom as well. And like I said, if you just kind of press this out with the silicone thing and give it a, then it gets tacky. And there's a little bit showing through there. I missed a spot. I want to make sure I'm still recording. Okay, because it went off. Yeah, there's a teeny bit, but there's going to be signatures here, so that's not going to be noticeable. And then I'm just doing circles. I don't remember if I glued here or not. If I did, it's probably gone by now. There's enough glue there to last me. Okay. There we go. And we want to glue here. Now this should work great because it's fabric to fabric. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I want to check the other side. I think we're good. All right. So I'm going to lay that to dry flat. But I need to choose a paper to use for the inside. So let's do that. Got the cherry blossoms. We've got this kind of neutral. Oh, you know what? I think I want to use that one floral. Ooh, that would be cool though, wouldn't it? Let's think about that one. Let's use the birds because I think I would use the other ones more than the birds. Now, for the birds, we're just going to cut this piece in half. And so that will be half of 11 is 5 1/2. All right. And I think that will go nicely, just like that. Perfect. All right, so let me get some ink. Do I want ink? I think I do. But let's use, let's don't use walnut. Let's use hickory. No, there's some gray in this. I'm thinking hickory smoke might look nice. Let's look here. And I'll kind of clean off this brush because it's got a lot of walnut stain in it. Not brush, foam. You know what I mean, this. Dauber. Yeah. get some of that out. I don't need a new one, but I think if yeah, that should be good. Okay, let's use the hickory smoke. Now this is hickory smoke oxide, so it's going to be a little darker in the beginning as I get. But right now I'm going to get residual, but it's almost this color, which is fine. As we go on, we'll get a little bit different color, but I'm not too concerned. I just want to do, I don't know, for me it feels unfinished when there's no ink. Does anyone else feel that way? Tell me what you think in the comments. Are you an inker or are you not an inker? Did that come up? You know, I was thinking what would be fun is to do like a choose your own adventure journal, where you guys could help me choose what to put in it and what paper, you know, which paper to use. But I would need some participation, and I know you guys aren't big on commenting, etc. So, and I think that's because 75% of you that are watching are not subscribed. Can you imagine if all of you subscribed? I have 2,020, well, last time I checked, I'm not sure how many it is today, but I think I have 2,023 subscribers, and I get about 65 views. Now, I don't know what that means, if people are just subscribed and then no longer using YouTube or what. But it says 75% of the people watching my channel are not subscribed. So if you guys would all take a second to subscribe, wow, my subscribership would go up. And that would help me out a lot. All right, I'm going to do just over 1/8 inch, just kind of center 3 ways. There we go. That looks good. I like it. Now remember, this is the inside, yeah. I say remember, but I'm reminding myself. And also, the other thing you can do to help YouTube know to share my videos with more people is just liking, commenting, all of those kind of things. They factor into the YouTube algorithm, and that's what YouTube uses to show my videos to other people. So if you like what you're seing, and I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe and like and share and thumbs up and all those things. I don't like asking for things, but sometimes, you know, you just gotta. And I never think anything of anybody else asking. I don't know why I think about me asking. It's weird. All right, I think my desk was a little dirty, some of my, but I think it'll be okay. All right, I really like that on the inside. Okay, so on the outside, get a little bit of glue down here. It's a little grungy, which is fine. I need a little glue on this side. Like I said, I'm going to add that one. I'm going to add that one lace over the top after we sew in the signatures. So it's not going to be that way. All right, so that's the right side up. This is the way I want to go. Like a little bit of glue there. And it's laying flat, and it'll be fine once I glue down. So I think I wanted to use some that were the journal pages. What did I do with those? Oh, here. All right, so do I want that? I think that would look better on the front and that on the back. Or that. that. Or that. There again, that would look better on the front than the back. I like this because it looks like a cover, but it's not the right dimensions because this was the cover. So I think I'm going to save that one. So it's going to be, okay, this one, that one, the butterfly. I think I'm going to go with the butterfly, guys. I think I'm going to go with the butterfly. All right, so we're just going to cut this in half like we did the one on the inside. 5.5. And then we'll put that on the front and that on the back. So I do want to come in here with my, what did I say it is? Hickory smoke. Oh, I can see it changing now on my paper pad. You can see there's a little bit of the other, but which is fine because of that edging that we have here. It does seem to get a little lighter once it dries, so let's see what it looks like, but I think it'll be fine. Can always come back and add something if I want to. And the top. Maybe I'll use both of these in this. I don't know. I thought the hickory smoke would go better with a shabby chic kind of thing going on. This doesn't really need to be inked. I'm just getting the white from showing off the sides because this has that border on it. So how's the weather in your neck of the woods? It's a little cooler finally, a little humid. We're in the 70s, but we don't get fall until like November, so let's make sure this goes the right way. I want to put that right there. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. My husband and I are going to take a trip to Morro Bay here in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. Get to go to the beach. We love going to Morro Bay. It's so fun. So we're just going to head out for a couple nights and, you know, walk around. They have some really, I'm going to go to the, I think it's a butterfly sanctuary or something that they have, or I don't know. But it's like the next town south of Morro, so we're gonna go there and see what's there, and then yeah, just everything else is like whatever we want to do. We're staying in a different hotel this time. We like to stay in a different one each time so that we can find the best. We've had some pretty good luck. The first one we stayed in was it was okay. Nothing against the hotel. I got some glue here on the side. I want to rub that off. Nothing against the hotel, but the bed, it was clean. There was plenty of parking, but the bed was like sleeping on cement, and I can't do that. So we definitely weren't going to stay there again. And then the last time we went to a different hotel that was highly recommended, and I can't put my finger on anything that was bad, okay? It wasn't exactly like the pictures online, let's put it that way. It was clean, but it was under construction. And so we were having a hard time getting our devices charged. Couldn't get our watch. Speaking of watch, I forgot to put mine on today, but we couldn't get our devices to charge very well. It took all night to get my my Kindle up to 50%. So yeah, it was, we were having to use our devices plugged in. And so this time we're staying at another one that my daughter and son-in-law have stayed at, and they really enjoyed it, so we're staying there. But nobody does breakfast anymore, so probably, oh, come on, probably just run to Save Mart, or not Save Mart, what do they have up there? Safeway, and grab us some frozen something, because we're not real big breakfast eaters. And so, well, my husband eats breakfast every day, but it's just the same thing. He eats one of those frozen breakfast bowls, and that's good. I don't usually eat till like 10:30, 11, so I don't need breakfast. But let's see how this is going to look. I just want to put that over the top. Oh, that's perfect. Guys, that's perfect, right? And we'll just put that on after we sew in the covers. That's going to be so pretty. I'm excited. Okay, so hopefully I'm still recording, because how many times does my camera just stop for no apparent reason? Let's see. Yeah, I'm still recording, believe it or not. All right, and then next time we'll be back and we'll do some signatures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.